Hello and welcome to T Money Talks. In this week's episode, T Money is going to talk about how they start every month and the heat wave they've been dealing with. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hello, and welcome back to T Money Talks. Welcome if you are new here, welcome back if you are a returning listener. As always, it is good to have listeners, it is good to have you back, it is good to be back on this mic to talk about this insane heat wave we have been dealing with here in I want to say California. I don't know if it's all of California. I know at least where I am currently living. I will not really say ha 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 ha. It has been an insane heat wave. Every day this week, it has been over 100 degrees. It has been at least 106 degrees every day this week. It has been insane. It has been extremely hot. And well, we all know that T-Money cannot handle when it's hot. I get sweaty even when it's cold out. So imagine 106 degree weather that I have to go out in. However though, I didn't really go out much this week because one, it is because of how hot it has been, but also because number two, which is some pretty bad news, my mother, I'm sad to say this, but my mother caught the COVID and well, she's been stuck home for, well, when you're listening to this, she'll be stuck home for a week unless she miraculously tests negative before a week comes, which would be really amazing, really cool. But yeah, she got COVID and that sucked, but I've been kind of having to take care of her, giving her food because she has been quarantine. Oh my gosh. She's been quarantining. I think that's how it's pronounced. She's basically been self-isolating in her room so that we do not get sick, Jer and I do not get infected. And so far, it has been so good. The first day we found out she had COVID, we disinfected the entire house, Jer and I. We made sure to not miss anything because we were like, we are not catching this. We are not getting sick. And so that we ended up spending the next 3 days kind of panicking, well, not panicking, but kind of being paranoid about whether or not we had COVID ourselves. Thankfully, neither Jer, nor I have COVID. Bless America. I'm just kidding. Just bless the universe. Bless my soul for not catching for not getting COVID when it being this close. And we've been doing good. Every time we give her food or we take her trash from her, we always Lysol and disinfect everything. I make sure to wash my hands real good and all that jazz, so we are doing our best to stop it from spreading and keeping her locked up in her room, sadly. But that's what I've been dealing with, what we all have been dealing with this week, on top of the insane heat wave, because it would be the time that we are in an insane heat wave, in a massive heat wave, that my mother would catch COVID and be stuck in a home that doesn't really turn on the AC. Yes, we've been running our AC, but it's been set to about 85 degrees. 83 degrees, I think, has been the lowest it has gotten. 83 degrees. Now, compared to it being 106 outside, it's good. It could be better, but it's doable. I suppose, it's hard sometimes, but we're getting through it. But yeah, this heat wave is insane, and I hope it ends really soon because I can't go on with it anymore. But anyways, I'm done talking about the heat wave. The heat wave has taken a lot out of me. And my mom having COVID has kind of been stressful because I don't know how she caught it. I don't know if she knows how she caught it, but it's just, we've been trying to be so safe and it sucks. But anyways, let's begin the topic on how I start every month. Not until like 2020, like 2021, I want to say, did I start cleansing my room, my space at the beginning of every month. Usually on the first of every month, I try to, shaking the mic. I try to deep clean my room. By that, I mean, I try to dust, I try to vacuum, I clean my mirrors, I just clean my room as best as I can. And then usually I do that like the day before the new month begins, and then the next month I will cleanse my space, and sometimes the house as well. It all just depends, but yeah, I mostly cleanse my space, set the intentions for the new month for what I want to bring in, push out all the negative and stagnant energies that may be lingering from the previous month, and just opening up the doors and letting stuff out the windows and just bringing in whatever's to come for the new month. And I missed it this month. I missed it. I didn't get to do it on the 1st. However, though, tomorrow is September 5th, and I like to try to, if I don't do it the first day of the month, because sometimes I'll be on vacation and I won't get to, cleanse my space on that first day of the month. So I try to do it within the first 5 days of the month. If I have to, I'll do it at least within the first week of the month if necessary. I try to cleanse my space because I've noticed when I don't cleanse my space, when I don't clear out all the energies and stuff and cleanse myself as well, my mood and my energy and just everything about me kind of just suffers. I notice a lot of bad habits start to come back. I start to get a little bit lower in energy, and just creativity wise, I don't really have much. And I know I always feel like I'm not myself during those times. And then usually when the new month comes around and I cleanse my space, I notice I usually feel amazing. I feel refreshed again because I have come to realize that a part of my monthly routine that I have to do monthly for the new month is cleanse my space and cleanse myself, so that like I said, I could allow the new blessings and anything else to come into my life as it should. Yes, and sorry, I'm tired. This heat wave was a lot. But anyways, why I'm saying all this is because today my family came over to swim. And with my mom having COVID, my cousin was also sick, but she said she didn't have COVID. But either way, because after they all left, I was like, you know what? Just to be safe, I'm going to clean and disinfect the whole house once again. And I also did have to clean the downstairs anyways, because if not, my mom would have told me to. So I was like, well, might as well get on top of it before I have to be told to do it, because then who likes to do things when they're told to do stuff? Because I know I don't. And so I was like, I'm just going to do it now, especially because it was the nighttime. And I was like, it is much cooler rather than doing it tomorrow morning or afternoon when it's a little bit hotter and I'm going to be a lot more sweatier. So I was like, let's just kill it tonight. And I did it. It did not take me that long. I cleaned the countertops, disinfected them, bleached them, then I vacuumed, mopped, vacuumed the stairs, the upstairs, and after I finished cleaning the house, I was like, you know what? I might as well just clean my room too. And it's funny because last week I also vacuumed and dusted and deep cleaned my room, except I forgot to do a few things. But I cleaned my room because there was a spider. I woke up, oh my gosh, we're taking a side story before we continue on. Earlier this week, I woke up to a spider crawling to my bed where my pillow is, where I lay my head. I woke up because I had to use the restroom. And when I came back to the restroom, I noticed this shadow like thing on my bed. I wasn't quite sure what it was because it was dark and the only light I was getting was some subtle sunlight coming from the window of my bed, of my curtains, because I have blackout curtains. So just very subtly was there sunlight coming in. And so since I had my phone, I turned on the flashlight, and as I got closer to it and I flashed the light on what I thought I was hoping to be just some hair that I would brush off my bed, turned into a very giant spider. Yes, folks, you heard me. A spider. I wanted to scream. I wanted to yell. However, I woke up around 6 a.m. because I had to pee. And so Jer probably just got home or just went to bed from his overnight shift. And I didn't want to disturb the man, so I quietly ran into the hallway to grab the raid, only to discover the raid was in fact not where I had left it on the bookshelf in the hallway, because I have been getting spiders and bugs in my room, so I try to raid every now and again. Anyways, that's aside from the point. I go and the raid is not where I find it, so I have to run downstairs hoping to whatever is out there, that when I come back into my room, that spider is still going to be exactly where I left it. Because in my head, if I was that spider and I was discovered, I would run, I would hide, because my life is about to end. And so as I'm running downstairs, scrambling to find the raid, realizing it's in the garage, grabbing it, this whole time, I'm trying to be as quick and quiet as I possibly can so that I could spray this spider to death. And so I come running up into my room thinking that spider's not going to be there, but hoping with everything in my soul to hope that that spider was still in that spot on my bed. And I come back and it sure was. And so I got that raid and I just sprayed as much as I could. And once the raid finally hit it, it started to move. But it was quick for a second and then it started to slow. And so I sprayed it again. And then after I sprayed it the second time, it did not move. And I knew it was dead. And then I was terrified. And so then I couldn't go to bed. So then I had to proceed to raid the perimeter of my entire bed, the perimeter of my window, then just the perimeter of my room itself. And then because I knew that there was a spider there, I was too afraid to go back to bed. So I was like, great. Now I have to sleep downstairs. And so that's what I did. I went and I slept downstairs because I was too terrified to come back into my own room, even though I knew I raided the place. Even though I knew I sprayed raid, so if any spiders were coming again, they were just gonna die, I was still terrified. So I had to sleep downstairs at 6 a.m. And it wasn't bad because it was much, much cooler than it was in my room. My room is always super hot when I wake up. It is the hot, like I wake up in a puddle of sweat every morning. My pajama shirt is always drenched. It is not fun, folks. It is not fun. But anyways, yes, after waking up to that spider, I then had to dust and vacuum because I was like, I will not find another spider, not again. But anyways, that was my side story. Back to my cleaning the house. Yeah, because after I cleaned the house, I was like, you know what? I'm still not tired and I'm gonna shower anyways. Might as well deep clean, dust, vacuum, clean my mirrors, do all that jazz. I even cleaned the blades of my fan. Like that's how intense I was going, because I was like, no more spiders will be in my room again. But anyways, yeah, so after I cleaned the house, I cleaned my room, vacuumed, and then I was like, well, I gotta vacuum the upstairs too. Vacuumed the upstairs, and then when I got to the bathroom, I was like, you know what? The bathroom is also dirty. And so I then cleaned the entire bathroom as well. And I probably within an hour, I cleaned the entire house, aside from Jer's room. and my mother's room, of course. But I disinfected the entire house and deep cleaned my room, and now I am ready and prepared for when I wake up tomorrow to cleanse my room. And now I'm going to tell you how I cleanse my room. You can cleanse your space if you want to try this yourself. You can cleanse your space with many different things. I like to use sage, however, I do not recommend that for just anyone. You can also cleanse your space with incense. You could just go light an incense, go around the room, and then just, whisk it. We're not baking. I'm sorry. You could just twirl it clockwise around every corner and then just walk around your room with the incense or the sage and with whatever intention you want to set. As you cleanse your space, you just kind of walk around your whole room doing that. And so the way I do it is I start in one corner of my room and I start saying, I'm just going to say what I say, but of course you could say whatever you want to say because it's all about you and your intention. But what I do is I always like to say, I'm cleansing my space of the negative energy, any stagnant, and any stuff like that. I tell it to just leave the window and welcome in the new blessings that are to come. And then as I get closer to the door, this you don't have to do. I don't know if everyone does this. I do this personally just to protect myself. But when I get to my doorway with the sage and my intention, I will put pretty much a protection and a barrier around my doorway to keep any evil things and anything that's trying to harm me. I keep it out of my room. So like this, my room is essentially a safe space for me, and anything that is trying to invade that safe space cannot enter. And that's what I like to do, and that's what I do with my sage. And then after I sage the entire room, I then sage myself. I just cleanse myself, of any negative energies and any stagnant any stagnant vibes, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Of any stagnant energies, stuff like that. I just try to cleanse myself, cleanse my body, cleanse my mind, cleanse my soul, and just really let out anything that I need to let out, even if I don't know I need to let it out. That's the whole idea of every month. I get to start fresh again. I get to start I get to start a month new. It's not going to be the same month as last month. It's not going to be the same day as yesterday. It is a new month. It is a new me. And with that, I get to go in with new intentions, but when I get to complete those, and usually I always have goals within the month, and I'll journal after I sage and after I do all this cleansing. I will journal and I will write what I want to get done within that month. And usually I do get exactly what I want to get done within the month, and I always feel good looking back on it, while also kind of manifesting what I'm manifesting a little bit while you're journaling at the same time. But yeah, that's what I like to do. That's how I do my monthly cleansing ritual, I guess you can say. And sometimes I will go around my entire house if I feel like there's things that I'm like, nah, get out of here. We don't need you in here. I'm like, yeah, I kick stuff out sometimes. But for the most part, it's really just for me to help cleanse my aura, my room, and just kind of feel like I am pushing the negative things away and embracing the things that I do need to embrace and focusing on stuff that I didn't focus on last month, and just I like to start every month fresh and new because it helps me to learn more about myself and figure out more of the things that make me me. And because after all, that is what Tea Money Talks is all about. It's about Tea Money getting to know myself, getting to know me better, learning to be the best me. Oh my goodness. Learning to be the best me that I can be, and the only way that I know how to do that is by self-care, and self-love and all, and spirituality and all this mumbo jumbo astrology jazz and stuff that not everyone is going to understand or accept, and that's okay. That is totally okay. If it's not your vibe, bro, you don't have to accept it, man. You just don't. I don't want to force anything on you. So, like, just take what I say and you could give it a try if you wanted, but like, you don't have to, because you got free will and all. And like, I'm just here to tell you my experience and how I'm learning to grow and what helps me. But like, if you don't want to do that, that's cool. I'm not shaming you, no, bro. But like, that's just my life, and the way you live your life is how you live yours. And that's T Money Talks. This heat wave is, yeah, there's a lot of things that make me insane, and heat is number one. But anyways, yeah, that's what I like to do. That is what T Money Talks is all about, and I have found that I just feel better always, because I sometimes also have noticed that towards the end of the month, I can get a little bit lower vibes, lower energy. I'm not as creative thinking, and I'm just kind of in a slump a bit, and I'm like, what's going on? What can I do? What do I need to focus on? And then boom, a new month comes, I cleanse my space, myself, and then suddenly everything's a-okay, and then I'm right on track, right again. And I think that's what I like the most about having a monthly routine. Is it's not only is it a way for me to cleanse my space, but it's also a way for me to have some check-in time every month. I get to focus and write in my journal like what I want to work on in the month. And almost always, it's always about my music. But of course, that's the way it should be, because that is my focus, that is my goal, that is my career, that is where I want to and will be taking off. So yeah, it's almost always about music, and then sometimes I'll pull some cards. Not all, well, actually, yes, always, but it depends on the card pool every time. Sometimes I'll do a full spread, sometimes I'll just do one card, or sometimes I'll do 3 cards. It all just depends on the vibes, how I'm feeling, and yeah. And I also try to do that. Now, I don't sage and like do that throughout the month, but I do try to deep clean and journal throughout the month to kind of check in with myself as well, just to make sure, not to make sure I'm on track with what I'm doing, but just to make sure I'm okay within the mind, because sometimes you get a little off track, and then it's hard to get back on track, and then you just gotta like be like, hey, you okay, man? You all right? Can we get back? Do we drop you off on the wrong stop? Yeah, let's get back on this train and let's get to where you need to go. So I really like my monthly routine, and I am tired. And I can feel myself rambling. And because I can feel myself rambling, I don't think I want to continue this podcast much longer, because I know I am close to reaching my 30-minute mark. I also don't want to give you guys anything less than 100%. And right now I am getting tired. I also am still doing laundry, and so I have to check on the laundry, and then I have to put the laundry in the dryer, and then I have to wait for the dryer to finish, which it's going to take at least an hour, which means it's currently 11:24 p.m. Woo! Which means I'm probably not going to go to bed till about 1 a.m. because I got to get my clothes out. And then I'm probably going to fold and put away my clothes because of my undiagnosed OCD. I won't be able to just leave my unfolded laundry on my desk and wake up and do it in the morning, because then that's going to mess up my morning routine. And then if my morning routine gets messed up, then my whole day gets messed up, and then I get all wonked out, and then it's usually just not a good day for anyone who encounters me. It sucks. It sucks. I hate it. I do. But I'm learning to live. I'm learning to adjust. I'm learning to understand the way I work. And the way I work is I have to put my laundry away once it's done. Some people are like, wow, that's good. That's really cool. I wish I could do that. And to that I say no. Because I wish I could be normal and just leave my laundry on my desk for me to do it the next day. But sadly, I will not be that person. And it'll suck. But it is what it is. I got laundry to do. My mom needs her clothes, so it is what it is. I am tired. I am losing myself. And with that, I think I am going to have to end this podcast a little bit early than I anticipated. It sucks. It sucks because this day kind of just didn't really go the way it was supposed to. But it's okay because I also didn't really have a solid topic for today. I know what I wanted to talk about, but I don't know if I'm ready to talk about what the topic was I'm going to talk about. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it yet, or I just don't know if I know exactly what I want to talk about for that topic. And so I need to brew a little bit more before I dive deep into an episode on that. So with that being said, I do hope you all enjoyed what I had to say. If you want to, go ahead, give it a try. Try cleansing your space. You don't even have to do it every month if you don't want to. You could just try it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever you'd like. I do say, just try cleansing your space with whatever you have. Incense, a candle, your intention even. Just push away all the negative things and stagnant energies you no longer need. And welcome in the new ones in the new month, or just for that day. It doesn't even have to be for a month. And if you like it, keep doing it. And if you don't, or you got nothing out of it, well, sorry. Well, but at least you tried, you know? You never know unless you try. And that's why I tried a cucumber. I don't know if I talked about it in the last week's episode. I'm sorry. I cannot remember. But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to try veggies. Oh, yes, I did talk about it. But I'm trying to try veggies, you know? So I'm trying to try it before I knock it, you know? So try cleansing your space before you say it's not for you. Anyways, now I bid you adieu. Anyways, yeah, I'm tired. This is T Money. Oh wait, sorry. I'm doing that too early. Anyways, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed what I have to say. Again, try to cleanse your space. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm sorry. This was kind of chaotic at the end here. I'm sorry. I got all wibbly wobbly, all loosey goosey here. I'm sorry. I did not mean to lose my train of thought. But anyways, until next time, guys. This is T Money saying, live your life because you are the only one who gets it. All right, bye.